An Ohio lawmaker is proposing a near-total abortion ban without any exemption for rape or incest. The bill would create the crime of abortion manslaughter, which carries a sentence of up to 25 years in prison and a fine of up to $10,000. The only exemption to abortion under the proposed legislation is if the mother's life is in danger. Even then, it requires 2 doctors to sign off on the abortion. State Representative Schmidt proposed the legislation. During a recent hearing, she was asked about the lack of an exemption for rape or incest. This was her response to a hypothetical if a 13-year-old was raped and got pregnant as a result.
But if a baby is created, it is a human life. And whether that mother ends that pregnancy or not, the scars will not go away. Period. It is a shame that it happens, but there's an opportunity for that woman, no matter how young or old she is.
Ohio State Representative Schmidt joins me now. She is the lawmaker who is proposing this bill. And I want to thank you for being with us, Representative, but I do want to ask you to clarify those remarks that you made in that hearing. What exactly did you mean when you suggested rape could be an opportunity?
First off, you took it out of context. You should have listened to the whole statement. Rape is never an opportunity. Rape is a violent act against a woman. It creates unbearable scars that will be long-lasting. It creates victims of both the mother and the child. But having an abortion will not heal the wounds of rape. It will only add additional scars. And that's what I was saying, is that that woman needs to have the ability to make the right life decision for she and her child.
So explain exactly what your proposed legislation would do.
What the proposed legislation does is says that where we were in Ohio pre-1973 was a complete ban on abortion. This bill does not criminalize the woman. It offers her complete immunity on an illegal abortion. It allows the woman to have contraceptives. It doesn't outlaw contraceptives. It requires a doctor, if there is a medical necessity for the life of the woman, the mother, to get a second opinion that is outside his or her scope of practice. And if it is absolutely necessary, then the abortion can occur, but only if it's absolutely necessary. But the opportunity, the ability to save the life and the mother is the paramount thing that the doctor needs to go for.
And since the bill would depend on, I just wanted to ask you, since the bill would depend on the Supreme Court supporting Mississippi's 15-week abortion ban and overturning Roe versus Wade, I want to get your take on this leaked draft opinion that we saw this week from the Supreme Court. And would the bill that you're proposing also include a ban that would start at 15 weeks?
Well, first off, I want to go to the leak, because whoever perpetrated that leak has to be caught and has to be prosecuted to the full extent of the law. The Supreme Court is the most powerful court in our country. And when those justices speak, their opinion affects all of us. That is why it is paramount for those justices to have complete autonomy, complete silence, and the fact that the confidentiality, that nobody's going to leak what they are saying inside those walls. The only time that those opinions are to be delivered is when the justices decide that those opinions are delivered. I believe this is going to create irreparable harm for our Supreme Court to have the confidentiality and the trust that they have held for so long. And again, I don't know why that individual did it, but they need to be caught, because it really was a breach, not just to the justices on the court, but to the confidentiality and the confidence all of us have in our institutions.
But again, if this is something that is upheld, I mean, what does that mean for your bill and the ban that you're proposing?
Well, I'm going to have to look at what the Supreme Court has decided. We may need to adjust the bill to agree or concur with what they are saying. Right now, we have a bill in place. We've had sponsor testimony. We will have proponent and opponent testimony. And if we need to have some adjustments made, the adjustments will be made.
And while Americans are pretty evenly divided on their personal views of abortion, a recent Gallup poll shows just 19% of Americans believe it should be illegal under all circumstances. So do you see any middle ground here?
Well, first off, you have to ask the right question, because when you ask individuals if they would do it at 6 weeks, 57% say that they agree that it, at the heartbeat, which is about 6 weeks, is an acceptable ban on abortion. So there are opinions all over the place on this. I believe it's a conception. That's what the bill says. But abortions are a killing of innocent life.
All right, Representative Jean Schmidt, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.